Hi loves, you're welcome to another tutorial. Now this tutorial is on how to make this beautiful bubu kaftan. Can you see it on my body? It's so free, it's so beautiful, and it's classy as well. Let's get started. Now this is the fabric we'll be using to sew this. It is folded into two each because I want to cut the back and the front together, so I place them on each other. Now this is the material I'm going to be using for the front design. You can either use a bridal satin, a raw silk, or ashoke. It depends on you. Just pick a color from your material. Now I'll be marking the starting line of 1 inch. From there would rule the line, so all our measurement will start from that line. The next thing is to mark your sleeve length, where you want your sleeve length to get to. Mine is 19 inches, and how do you do that is normally how you measure your bubu from the center of your back to where your sleeve gets to, where you want your sleeve to get to. So that is what I measured, and it is 19 inches. So I'm just rolling the lines all the way down so we can have a straight line. After that, I'll be cutting off the excess fabric. Then we can now start all our measurement properly. The next thing is to get the neck width. I use 3.5. You can use 3 or 3.5 or 4. It depends on you. Now for the back depth, I use 1 inch. For the front neck width, neck depth, I'll be using 9 inches, but we're going to come down to that later. So let's start with the back neck depth. So I'm connecting the 1 inch to the 3.5 that I use. From there, guys, I'm going to be getting our hip length. Now the hip length I use is a hip of 26 inches. If you're not too tall, 25 inches is okay for you. So I used 26 and I connected the lines. The next thing is to get our shoulder slope. So on the sleeve length there, I went down by 1.5 inch and I'll be connecting it to the neck width. After that, guys, you're going to get your sleeve opening. How wide you want your hand to be. Mine is 12 inches. So that is what I use. I use 12 inches. Then from the 12 inches, I came in by 1 inch so that we can have a slant there. That way it makes your sleeve sit properly on your body. So you connect from that 1 inch to the 19 inches over there. After that, guys, on the hip measurement, I'm going to be putting my hip measurement plus 2 inches. My hip is 42 divided by 4. I have 10.5. I added 2 inches. Then I also added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So from that, guys, what I have on the hip, I'm going to repeat the exact measurement at the hemline. Then you're going to connect it together. Just roll a straight line that way. So guys, on the sleeve opening, I'm just extending the lines. I'm just extending that line. After extending the line from the 1 inch slant, I'm coming in by 2 inches. Then on the 2 inches, I'm also going down by 1 inch. That is just to get a nice curve. So you're connecting from the hip to that curve. So you can just curve it properly. Yeah. After this, the next thing we'll do is to get your pocket length. Now the pocket length is 18 inches. If you want to use a pocket, mark 18 inches. After the 18 inches, you go down by 7 inches. So when you cut off, you're going to notch that place. Now let's cut the back neckline. So cut the two fabric that you placed together. You cut the two, and for the shoulder allowance, I added ½ inch. So that is me marking the half inch, so that when I cut, I can use the half inch to join my shoulder. After cutting, I'm going to cut all our shape. So I'm cutting like that, and I'm cutting all the way down. So guys, now I've finished cutting, then I'm notching the points for my sleeve. So I'll be removing one piece and I will leave one. So I'll remove the down one that doesn't have any chalk, and I'll place the upper one so that we can cut the neckline. Now from the neck width there, I told you I'm using 9 inches. You can use 8 to 9. So I mark it down. On the 9 inches, I'm going to be going in by 1 inch. Then when I'm 1 inch, I'm rolling it all the way down. So just connect it like that to your hemline. Then you now take it from that 1 inch to the neck width. Just what I do, guys. So you connect it, make it curvy a little, not just slant curve. Just give it a little bit of, curve. Then you're going to cut it all the way down. So guys, we finished cutting it. I'm just indicating this fabric because it looks like each other, the front and the back. Now you take your back piece and you open it, and you take one piece of the front, you place it right side to right side, and you'll be joining the shoulder point, the shoulder with the shoulder allowance. Join it with half inch. After sewing the shoulder, guys, this is how it is looking like. So from the center of your back, that is why you can iron or you notch from the center of your back. Then you measure all the way down to the hemline. Whatever you have there, I have 70 inches. So I'm also going to measure from the other side, center down. That is also 70 inches. So 70 plus 70, we have 140. Now you take whatever color of fabric you're using, you're going to measure 140 length, then by 3.5 inches. So on fold it will be 7 inches. So when you use half inch to sew it, you have 3. Now if you don't want it too wide, you can cut on fold 2.5. When you open it, that will be 5 inches. So when you sew, you have 2 inches band left. So I'm cutting paper gum. That is what I'm using to fuse this. So you iron your paper gum on all the band you cut. Now if your band is not enough, you can cut and join it together, so you have joining. Now my band was not, the length was not really enough for me, so I joined together. So guys, you're going to take, you fold it into two. Now this upper part will be on fold. You can see that it is on fold. Now you take your fabric and you measure from the center back. The center back will notch. You're going to measure it to the neck opening, to the neck. That's 9 inches you measured. So if you did not get the line, just indicate the line so you can start measuring. So you can see from the center back, I place my tape there and I measure it to the 9 inches we came down from our neck for our neck depth. So the total of what I have is 14 inches. So from this folded part, from the top part, you are going to mark the 14 inches. Then you roll the line. Okay guys, after that, now for our slit opening at the down part, it is either you measure from the hemline to get where you want your slit to get to, or you take your tape and you measure yourself on your body wherever you want your tape to get to. So when I did that, I measure from the shoulder of this dress and what I got was 47 inches. So I indicate the 47 inches that way. So from the hemline to the 47, I think it's 23 or 21. Yeah, I think it's 21 inches. Yes, so that is where my slit will be open. Now, from this starting line, guys, I'm going to be measuring the 47 inches. So I measured the 47 inches and I indicate it that way. I also rule a straight line so that the line can be visible. Now what we are going to be doing is you are going to be sewing from the neck depth, that 14 inches you came down, you will sew from there to the 47 inches. Now you are going to mark the center. Just use your chalk to indicate the center so you can have a straight line. After that, guys, we'll be sewing from that point here to that point. I hope you understand. So guys, after sewing, this is how it is. Now we're going to be turning it. So this is how you turn. Watch what I do. You fold from this other end to the other one, making sure the folds are equal. When you fold, it is like that. Automatically the other side you sew is going to lay flat like this. When you try it, you understand what I mean. So it's going to be like this. So this is how your band will be. So yeah, look at the slit opening. Then you're going to take your fabric and you'll be joining it to your fabric. I cut excess length. It is okay. It is always better when you have excess band so that you can trim off what is left. It's better when it is longer than if it's shorter. So you take your actual fabric and start sewing from the center of your back. So you indicate this one. You can notch it, yes, so that you will know. Now you're going to pin it together. Just use your pin to pin that to the center of your back. And you sew all the way to the hemline. You sew one side, then you come back to the other side and you sew. And you sew to the other hemline. So let's sew, guys. So after sewing, this is how it is looking like. It is looking all neat and fine. Now we are going to be attaching band also to the sleeve. So you also cut your band. I use the same length that I use for the front design, the same width rather for the sleeve. So you cut two of these, you sew one on one side and one on the other sleeve. So meet, this is it after sewing. And the next thing we'll do is to just turn it right side to right side and let's sew the inside. Then you're going to be sewing with the 1 inch sewing allowance to the left. Now it depends on you if you want to fix your pocket at this point, but I did not fix any pockets. I just showed you the length of how you fix your pocket. I'm going to be sewing it. Then you're going to weave all the rough edges. After sewing, guys, this is how it is. I went ahead to use, beaded stone or a stone wherever to just design it, just to make it classy. And I also did that for the sleeve as well. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you find it very helpful, kindly like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Turn on the bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.